Okay, tonight we're dedicating the shir especially to Beresh's mother on her yahrzeit, Miriam Sarah Bas Aryeh. Her neshama should have an aliyah. She should be a militzi yashara for her family, for all of us and all of Klal Yisrael. We also want to welcome Beresh's family that here in the shul, and there's a lot of people to welcome back here. Reb Hirsch, it's good to have you back. Reb Griever, it's good to have you back. Rabbi Friedman, it's good to have you back. And Baruch, it's good to have you back. I see his siddur is open, so I know he's here. Okay, we're holding in Mishna Gimel. We're also sponsored by the Fisher family, Linish's Pasi Bas Rabbi, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain. We're also learning Lila Nishmas, David ben Chaim, L'Refu Shalem, Rafel Yomis Mechayisar, Yaakov ben Bas Yaleh, Schutz of Avram ben Yom ben Ishma Malk Yudis and family, by Yol Klugman and family, L'Refu Shalem, from Meshemana ben Esther Fradel, Avigdor Aya ben Rivka, Chana Bas Shashabina. We'll learn from my mother who has a very bad cough, Esther Fradel. I'm figuring that's why Saba is not here. Esther Fradel Bas Chana and Meir ben Chayisar, they should have a refuah shalema b'seg shachel Yisrael. Elu dvarim shel oivdei kerchavim asurin. The following items of pagans are asur and v'isurin isur anah, and their isur is even for benefit because Avoda Zara is asur also b'hanah. So hayayin, wine. Stam yayin of a guy is yayin nesech. Ramosha said that the guy needs an excuse to drink, so he makes it into a worship, and then he could drink. So the stam yayin of a guy is yayin nesech. It's asur b'hana, and that extends also val chaymid shaloi de kechavim, vinegar of a guy, shahya mitchilasa yayin. Now, there is a type of vinegar that originates from wine that goes sour. So since it was originally wine, so it's already asa b'hana. And also the cheres hadriani. You know, Hadrianic troops, when they go to battle, they can't go without their wine. So what they did is they used to make pottery. Instead of using water with the clay, they used wine with the clay, and they dried it in the sun and not in the furnace. And then when they were at battle, they would pour water into it, and it would have the taste of wine. So, of course, this cheres hadriani, which was made with wine, is asur b'hana. Also, the oros levuvim. These are hides that have the area around the heart cut out. They had a barbaric way of worship. They would take a live animal and cut out its heart and worship that on their altar. And therefore those hides of those animals which were used for idolatry are takruvas avodah zara and they're asa b'hana. Shimon Gamliel says it depends. Those that were used in worship, they used to make a circular hole to take out the heart. So if it was circular, then it's also moshach. But if it was a long cut, then that wasn't used for idolatry. Then that's mutter. Basar anichnas avodah zara mutter. Meat that was brought into the church but was not offered yet is mutter. But that which comes out that was already used for worship, that's zivchei mesim, and that's asur mipnei shu k'zivchei mesim. It's like sacrifice it to the dead. Divrei Rabbi Akiva. Haholchin latarpus. Now, people, idolaters that are going on a pagan journey, like crusaders. They were going on the crusade to Jerusalem. They're going on a pilgrimage. You're not allowed to do business with them when they're going on their pilgrimage. And the reason is because you do business with them, when they get there, they'll thank their deity for the business that you gave them. So therefore, when they're on their way to worshiping, you're not allowed to do business with them. But once they're leaving, on the way out, they forgot about the whole thing already. The Mutar, they don't have a concept of Isru Chag, they don't have a concept of keeping the Chag with them. Now, know those the skins of idolaters, which they store wine in, or their barrels. Now, there's blia in the walls of the barrel. There's absorption. V'yayin shel Yisrael konas ben, and wine of a yid is kept in those skins afterwards, or in those barrels, asurin, because they absorb the flavor of the goyish wine. V'yisurin isur hana, and they're forbidden even to benefit because of the fact that there's a blia of the wine of a goy. Divrei Rabbi Meir. The Chacham say, although it's usher to drink it, but they didn't extend the Isser Hana to Blia. Ein Isur and Isser Hana. Now what about Hachatzonin v'Hazogin? Kernels and skins. Is a machlokes throughout Shas. Which one is the kernels and which one is the skins? If it's a Chatzonim, is the kernels and the Zogin are skins, or vice versa. We take as the pshat that Chatzanim are the skins, and Zogin are the kernels, the other way around. It's the other way around. Chatzanim are the kernels, Zogin are the skins, Shel Oivdei Kechavim of Goyim, which absorb in them wine, Asur and they're forbidden to be Isur and Isur Hana, Divrei Rabbi Meir, V'chacham Oimim Lachin Asur, if they're moist, they're Asur B'Hana. If, however, 12 months have passed by, and they're dry, Yavesh and Mutar, and those that are Yavesh, afterwards are mutter even to eat, the Rav says. Now, Hamurius. Murius is a type of dip made from fish fat, water, and salt. The problem is they added wine to it. The ugvinos and the cheese of Beis Unyoki, of the place called Beis Unyoki, shall oivdei kechavim asurin. Now, the reason why the murius is asur is because they added wine. The reason why the cheese is asur is because they made it with the rennet of animals that were used. The calves of Beis Unyoki were used for Avoda Zara. It was made with rennet of Avoda Zara, and therefore the cheese is also Yisur and Isur Hana. Divrei Rabbi Meir. The Chacham say Ein Yisur and Isur Hana. The reason why the fish fat is not Asur B'Hana is because there they didn't introduce the wine for its flavor. They just introduced it to diffuse and be an antidote to the fishy taste. And therefore they didn't extend the Isur Hana to it. And the reason why the cheese of Beis Unyoki is not Asur B'Hana is because although the majority of calves were used for idolatry, but the majority of animals were not used for idolatry. So although the rennet is going to make it Asur B'Achila, but it's not going to make it Asur B'Hana. Okay, now let me just tell you how the rest of the evening works. We are going to daven Ma'ariv, then we'll have Tilim, and then there'll be a few minutes until we could count Svira. We wait a half an hour to count Svira, so there'll be a few minutes, so I'll say some kind of a Dvar Torah for a few minutes, and then we'll count Svira. Then Daf Yomi is at 8:20. After Daf Yomi is for the Shabbos table, so we have a full night here at the Agudas Yisrael of Fairways.